Good morning. Happy Friday. This will actually be my last pre-recorded science video because starting next week, it will be live. And so that might be a little bit more interesting and straightforward for people. But for this video, I'm just going to be pretty quick today. We are going to review what we're doing, and we have a little inquiry investigation. We're going to model how a delta is made by water, okay? And we will be working on that in a moment. We'll be looking at that, but first, let's take a look at our visual literacy mat. So this is our visual literacy mat, and I appreciate all of you that have been working on this diligently throughout the week. We will be doing them all year long, maybe not every week. We don't do it on the 9 weeks testing weeks, but besides that, we do a visual literacy mat every week. So Monday, this page just would be if it was a live version, a paper version in class. But page, we should have done August, on Monday, if I could speak, on Monday you should have done first 2 pages, analyze and connect 2 good sentences. On Tuesday, you should have done this next page, page 4, which is classify and critique. Yesterday, you should have concluded. What conclusions can you draw? What are we learning in science that you can make a conclusion about what happened in this picture? Oh, that was Wednesday. Thursday, what questions do you have? Was yesterday. And then today, how can you summarize this in a different format? Explain to me what is in this picture in words. I want you to describe and explain what is going on in this picture. So, pretend you're explaining the visual to someone who cannot see it. Now, more than just telling me it's an arch, right, and some sand, you certainly can do that in a blue sky. Tell me how it's made. I want you to go deep too and use your knowledge and show us what you know. 2 to 3 sentences, and then you can turn it in. And this is on Monday. Remember, it's on Monday's assignment. You're only going to get it once a week, and you're going to keep updating the same one until it is completed. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2 is our Flipgrid. We're getting more and more friends on there, and it's just a great way to have a discussion with our friends and you all have just had such great ideas. I'm so impressed with you, and let's just keep it up, okay, on that Flipgrid, and I'd like to see everybody on there. Next, we are going to do a video. I'm going to show you a video of a model I made for how a delta is made. Let's go check that out next. For our model today, we're going to need a pan and some water and some soil. I apologize for the shaky cam. This model is going to represent what happens when a river flows into a large body of water like a lake or the ocean. I'm going to pour soil on one side of the pan, and then the other side of the pan is going to be empty. Next, I'm going to pour water like it's a river heading towards the empty space there, which represents the ocean or a lake, into a large body of water. The river picks up sediment as it flows through the land, and then when it hits the slow-moving or non-moving water in the lake or the ocean, it just drops right at the mouth of where the river meets the large body of water. That deposition by the river into the lake of all the sediment is what causes the delta. Here is a diagram of a delta, and you can see where the river is meeting the sea here, that it's dropping off, it's depositing the sediment, and so it's making this pattern as it goes into the sea, and that is a delta. Great, now let's document that in our digital journal. If you're doing a paper journal at home, please just follow along with what I do in my digital journal. And those of you with the digital journal, then I'll show you exactly what to do. Here's our table of contents. We don't have to add anything more because we're still on Landforms. Click on the blue plus sign to add another page, or just, if your paper journal, to flip to a clean piece of paper. I'm going to write a quick note about what I learned today. Delta landforms are made by water. Rivers erode sediment as it travels until it meets a large body of water. When it meets the slow or unmoving water, it deposits the sediment as it flows into the water. And now I'm going to do our delta model that we did today. All right, next I'm going to write my materials, pan, water, and soil. Next, I will draw my 3 steps. You see I drew my 3 steps here, and the first one's going to be that I poured soil into the pan. Step 2 is that I poured water to model a river flowing into a large body of water. And lastly, the river deposits the sediment as it flows into the large body of water. And that is how a delta landform is formed. You have 2 pages for that you're going to be due for your science journal at least. You have to do your note. You're going to have to do your page from Thursday that I showed you on Thursday's video, and your page from today. So the Thursday page that shows the model of the picture of the model we did for the sand dune, and the picture of today's journal entry, which is the water and making the delta. All right. So for grades for your science journal, this is a grade in the grade book every week. You will get 100%. 100%. This is a 100% perfect score if you have notes from every day of the week, from every lesson, plus the required Thursday and Friday pages with your drawings. Okay, that's 100. If you have just gave me Thursday and Friday, as shown in the science lesson videos, and submit it on time by the end of the day on Friday, you will still get an A, 90 out of 100. That's still an A. If you have a complete journal, but you turn it in late, you will get an 80. You'll get a B. Or if you give me 1 completed page and 1 partial page, or 2 partial pages, if it's not 100% complete, you're still going to get a B, as long as you have at least 1 full page or 2 partial pages. You're going to get a 70 which is a C, if you only submit 1 page to me. And if you submit me just the front of your journal, just the front page, you're going to get a 60. It's a failing grade, but it's higher than a 0. I'm not going to give you a 0, but I will give you a 60 if I just get the front page. I need to see pictures of those 2 pages, okay? All right. That's all I have for today. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.